Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today we have got a new pattern release, and I don't have it on Lena or Sally because I wanted to be able to show these and show their pants, so that's kind of hard to put on the mannequin in the first place, but I just want to be able to show you guys details. So I'm just going to be standing here and talking about the newest Love Notions pattern. If you follow Love Notions on Instagram or are part of their newsletter, any of that kind of stuff, they have been hinting this newest pattern for a little bit now. I got to be part of the original tester group, the beta tester group. A few of the ambassadors were really helping her knock some stuff out, but let's talk about these. These are the Legato jeans, and they're being released today, which is so very exciting. They are a straight leg jean pattern, so they sit, I think they're technically supposed to be right below the natural waist. We're going to talk about fit just here in just a second, but they have more of a straight leg, so not a skinny, a little bit more of a straight leg, which I really like, find it very, very current, and they end right at the ankle. Comes in their full size range, and Tammy has released a very comprehensive fitting workbook that comes with this pattern, and, hold on, we have a Gidget. And there is a class being released. So similar to the Aria, they have released a class that is sew along, takes you through all the steps of making the Legato jeans. And if you purchase it this week, so now until next Tuesday, you get the pattern for free. Now, I do have my Tomcat 10 code. The Tomcat 10 code will get you an additional 10% off the sale price of just the pattern. But because the way the system is set up, they have a code. So if you buy the class, the code is, what are you doing? If you buy the class, the pattern is included, so they've had to put like an internal code in that, and literally you put the class into your basket and the pattern, it just shows up there. So if you buy the class, the pattern just automatically, you don't have to add the pattern into your basket as well. But the way that works, you cannot use my code on that bundle, on the class and pattern bundle, but you can use my code if you're just buying the pattern by itself. So Tomcat 10 will get you 10% off the pattern alone, but if you decide to get that class, now's a great time to do that because you do get the pattern for free. I'll have it linked down below, but you just can't use the Tomcat 10 code on that one, so sorry about that. Okay, interesting things about this pattern. Oh, let's just look at this. So this is a Cone Mills denim that actually Tammy from Love Notions sent to me. Since I was part of that original tester group, she had a whole bunch of fabric that she sent out to those of us that were doing the initial test, and then so I've made a couple pairs of these, but these are my final pair. But she's got a few different options of how to pick, kind of like a choose your own adventure type thing for fit. So you can choose if you want petite, standard, or tall, and that changes the rise, and the leg length. So petite is shorter in the rise than the regular, and shorter in the leg than the regular, and then the regular is a little shorter in the rise than the tall, and same with the leg. So if that's what the petite, regular, tall, it's the length in the rise and the legs. Then you can choose if you want regular, or I guess it's flat seat or full seat. So there's a different crotch extension on the back if you've got a fuller rear end or a flatter rear end. And then there's the option for a straight waistband or a curved waistband. So if you have a bigger difference between your waist and your hips, you would use the curved waistband, or if you're very straight through your waist and hips, you would use the straight waistband. Clearly I use the straight waistband. So on my first pair of testers that my muslin basically that I had made, I did the straight waistband, and then I did the regular jeans, but she had asked me to do the flat seat adjustment, which I definitely needed the full butt, not adjustment. It was a flat seat option or full seat option. I definitely needed the full seat option, which is what I used for this pair. She had me go ahead and go to the petite file for this final one, and while I think they work fine for me, I actually ended up going back and adding an inch to the leg on the petite one because I feel like I needed that. And to be honest, I do feel like these are not low rise by any, I'd call them a mid rise on me, but I do think I would have well, I don't know. I feel like maybe the petite and the rise and the regular and the leg is what I needed, but I think I was able to get there by just adding an inch back to the length, which is the only time I've ever had to add length to a pant pattern. So usually I'm just taking away less if I'm taking away stuff. But yes, so I made the size 14 with the straight waistband and the full seat and the petite. But again, I did lengthen the legs by 1 inch, and that is all. That is all I did. The only alteration I made was to lengthen the leg by 1 inch. Other than that, it's the 14 straight waistband, full seat, petite. And I'm very pleased with how they fit. This fabric does have a little bit of stretch in it, not a ton, but a little bit of stretch in it. And they're just a classic dark wash pair of jeans, and I do not have a dark wash pair of jeans in my wardrobe right now. Well, I mean, now I do, but I didn't before this. I chose a kind of a copper colored top stitching thread, and then used brass rivets. Oh, I've got fun, let's look at the inside. It's a zipper fly. I don't think I mentioned that. But I have fun quilting cotton pockets that are there in the front. It's just a really lovely jeans pattern, and I think that this would be, you get these fitting yourself really well. And again, the only alteration I made was to lengthen the legs by 1 inch, and they hit right at my ankle, right where they're supposed to. But the only, once you get a pair of jeans like this to fit you well, I think then sky's the limit. Like, it'd be very easy to make these a wide flare, take it down to the ground, widen the leg in the front and the back, and then you kind of have that look of jean. You could take a little bit of, fullness out of the leg if you wanted to, and make them skinny if you really wanted to. I would use maybe something with a little bit more stretch than what the pattern calls for, just because I feel like with skinny jeans, you really have to be able to move. But these are straight, a wonderful straight leg. So I think that there's some options of changing things up a little bit too, and making some different style of jeans, which is, that's great. If you can have one pattern that has a whole bunch of uses with just some little hack, obviously that's gonna save you money in the long run on all things. So this is the Legato. Very pleased. Hopefully you've seen all the footage of me actually in them. I just find them to be a very classic pair of jeans in the dark wash. I love them with the white shirt that I paired them with, and my little burnt orange loafers, and then my leopard belt. It's just a really good classic look for my classic aesthetic. And again, if you want just to buy the pattern, you can use my 10% off and get an extra 10% off with Tomcat 10. Or if you want to take advantage of the class that comes with the free pattern, I'll leave it linked down below and you can grab that, but just the code's just not good on that one, which is fine. So anyway, the Legatos. All right, few things I want to talk about. So, because this video is going to be kind of short. I'm really tired, folks. So this weekend was my first shirt making 101 class. So that was, I'm filming this on Sunday, so it ended yesterday. It was Thursday through Saturday, and I think it went really, really well. I had some great feedback. They were kind of really my guinea pig. I've got a second class coming, not this week, but next week. So I think it went really, really well. I would love to do more in-person classes, maybe on different subjects too, not just shirt making in the future. Yeah, as well as some other things. I know a lot of you have been asking for digital classes, those of you that live nowhere near Indiana, and nor can you get to Indiana. And so I've got some stuff in the works that you will be hearing more about probably mid to late November. So stay tuned for that. I think it's very exciting, and I hope that you guys think it's exciting too. Things are really expanding with Tomcat Stitchery, and I think that that is great. But on that note, nothing will be changing on the channel. I always, the channel is my first priority. It's my first love. Yeah, and that goes along with you as viewers and subscribers. But what I have going on in the works, I think is going to allow people to better utilize all of the free content that I've got on YouTube, if that makes sense. So, exciting things coming in November, but I am really tired. because of that first class, you know, I was on for 3 days, and it was wonderful. And I met 12 of some of the most amazing women, and it was just a real lovely experience from my point of view. I'm just honored that they chose to spend their time and money at a workshop with me, and it was really, really great. So yes, I'm feeling very blessed in that area, and I'm very excited for my next one as well. Also, I wanted to make you guys aware of a couple of things. I got, let's see, last week, I guess, I was on Instagram, excuse me, and Aronica Cole, who is Needle in the Bell on Instagram, I'll link her Instagram down below, but she is offering a projector class. It is on November 12th from, it's an hour and a half, 10 to 11:30 maybe, Eastern time, or 10:30 to 12, something like that, I can't remember. I'll leave a link down to below. She sent me a link to share, because I reached out to her because I was so excited. Projector sewing is something that scares the living daylights out of me, but I really want to figure it out. It scares me because, not scare, that's a little dramatic. It doesn't scare me. It just is one of those things. I feel like the learning curve is going to be great, only because I feel like I make adjustments on everything. I know what my adjustments are, but I do feel like I make adjustments. But she's going to cover all that. She's going to show you how to pick a projector, how to calibrate a projector, how to make adjustments with a projector, how to then cut out with a projector, all of it in an hour and a half seminar on November 12th. And so I reached out to her. She sent me a code or a link for you guys. So if you're interested, you can click the link just to find out more about the class. But I'm going to be in the class. I paid for it with my own money, and I'm very excited to take it. So yeah, it's a Saturday. It's November 12th. So anyway, if anyone else is really interested and curious about projector sewing, but found it a little bit overwhelming or a little, I don't know if scary is the right word, but just intimidating. I think this class is going to be really, really great, and I'm very excited. This is going to be the thing that I try for 2023 is going to be figuring out projector sewing, because I do think it's going to save a lot with pattern storage, with just the waste of paper and all that sort of thing. It eliminates the need to tape and cut, patterns out. Yeah, so I think it'll be a time saver as well if I can, get over this learning curve. Anyway, links are all down below, but yeah, that's a class that I'm going to be taking, and I'm very excited about that. Other thing. Oh, Friday. So Friday I was going to do a fun pattern video for you guys. Just kind of like I have 5, I think it's 5. It may be 6 now. Oh, now I need to go back and look. Patterns that I'm very excited about sewing up this fall and winter. But I'm going to wait and do that next week. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I think it's going to be a fun video. I also want to do another video similar to the Coastal Grandma. I did a video a while ago, the Coastal Grandma trends and the patterns to make them, and had a very great response on that. And so I think I have another idea for something similar to that video, just a different trend that I wanted to do, all coming up here in upcoming weeks. But with my class being here last weekend, there is a adorable quilt shop that's here in Carmel, and which is where the class took place, and it's where they got all of my fabric for the class for me. They ordered all that for me, a Robert Kaufman Essex, the linen cotton blend, which has worked great for the shirts. But they had a little reception for us, and so we went and did a little shopping, and I was showing, because they've got some of the real high-end quilting cottons that can be used for garment construction, as well as they carry some of that warp and weft stuff that I've made a Vernon out of before. Anyway, we did some shopping. I did some shopping. So I have a little bit of a fabric haul, and I also shopped the fabric store, the fabric store, and they have given me a coupon code for you guys. So Tomcat10 is going to get you guys 10% off your regular priced items at the fabric store. I'll leave it linked down below, from now until the end of the year, so December 31st. It doesn't work on sale items, but it does work on full priced items. So I was actually over there shopping for sale, things that were on sale, so I didn't really have huge savings with the code, but it did give me a little bit off of one fabric that I grabbed. So I will share that with you as well. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a fabric haul on Friday. I say a little bit. Maybe I don't want to pull all that out. I did some fabric shopping. both at True Cotton and also the fabric store. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to walk you guys through that, and I've got plans for everything. I wasn't buying willy-nilly. I do have plans for everything. So that will be on Friday. And then Saturday or Sunday, I've got my, I'm going to show you how I'm hacking the Aria shirt into a shacket. And oopsie, sorry. And how I do plaid matching on that, because I am using a plaid fabric for that one. So that will be on Sunday. All right, guys. Sorry, it's kind of a short one today, and I apologize, but I will be back on Friday for probably a lengthy one. So I will see you guys then. Until then, have a great week. I hope you get some sewing in. I may not leave my sewing room at all this week, because this is my down week between my classes, and I may just sit in my sewing room making all week long, because that is going to fuel my soul. All right, guys, that's all I've got. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.